Another game because it's backgammon time. This was a 5 point match on Galaxy, and my opponent had like a 25 PR or something. They were 1700, and then they must have done some really horrible stuff. So let's take a look at what they did. I didn't do much, we'll see what I did as well. Okay, so we're starting. This is standard. I should do an opening moves video at some point. Okay, so this is their first mistake. They should have just come out here. It's a small one. Let's focus on their huge errors. So this is a blunder. 6-4, they could have just hit from here. Why you want to do that is because this you're leaving, a 7 and an 8 anyway. You have the bigger board, and it's early in the game. You don't want to let me have an anchor. So all those three things, and this is a 5 stack you want to activate some of those checkers, right? Because right there, it helps you spread out. So you've already got 3 back, and so when you have 3 back, you might as well get a 4th back, because if you do get hit on that 3, you can make an anchor and make it really tough for me to come in. So that was bad. And then I made a 5-3 and said, I see I should have just run with 1. Interesting that is such a bad blunder. So I'm up in the race. I just want to run with 1 because I guess there's less to hit at. There's only 1 checker, less chances to hit me if I'm only on 1 space. But that's a big difference. Look at that. Okay, so let's see what his next error is. This is a 154 blunder. Double hitting loose and destroying your 8 point in the process. That sucks. When you should have just made a very useful 9 point. Making the useful 9 point. This leaves you with, oh my God, that's just not, it's like, come on, people. This thing here, this is a constructive point. It's adding your 4th point there. This hitting twice when you only have 2 points and you have nothing else to cover up. You've only got how many in the zone here? 5, 6, 7, 8 in the zone. That's not a blitzing number. You should do something productive, like make a 9 point and unstack your 5. Your 5 stacked on the midpoint. Okay, so what happens? He does cover up. We get a 6-3. Here's another blunder, 193. So here now they need to anchor up, because look what I have here. I've got 8, 9, 10, 11. Without having an anchor, this is serious trouble. I've got a lot of ammunition here. I've got a lot of numbers that I could hit there. Of course, I want to make these guys first. It's like if I don't make an inner board, like if I don't improve my prime, I'll be hitting them. So there's a lot of good things for me to do there. So they should be a little bit nervous and make that 23 point and run. And then I made a blunder. Is anything not a blunder here? So here I could have just pointed on them. Remember I told you I could hit on them, but then I did this, bringing 2 down. This leaves my midpoint. My midpoint is gone, so it's going to be much more difficult for my 22 guys to get home. He danced, though, so I kind of committed to this blitz. But this was a big one. 241 to not point on them. Because I guess if I do that, then it's less likely that they anchor up. And also I still have my 13, and still I could hit this 9 the next roll. So not a good game for anybody involved. We double passed, which was correct. 40% damage, which is a lot. But since the 5 and 4 are empty here, the win percentage is only 65, because you could see me making one of these points and then anchoring up either back here or getting an anchor there. Let's see what's up with the second game. Okay, so this was another bad one for them, but a good one for us. Okay, so here we go, 6-3. Looking good. 6-1, now we're just escaping. You could make this, you could hit twice, which is that kind of, it's too impure. It's too, we don't have a lot of we don't have a good structure here. See, we're still like all stiff. We still have all of our spares on the 6. So here, and also when they have a bit of a prime, you're more likely to want to jump over that. So we did that. We just went for it. Those kind of plays, it's just by feel that I just naturally know I have to jump over this prime. It's from experience. So I'm trying to explain that experience into words, and it doesn't always come out great. So let's see what's going on in this game. See, this guy's got a lot of ammunition here, and they're all spread out. He's got a lot of good numbers. So luckily I got a 6-3. I'm out of there right away. Everything else is a blunder. So you could be making this 2-point, but look how bad that is. 251 blunder. You really got to get out when you see this, because he could be making this. Could be making this, and then it's game over. Okay, so he unlucky, didn't make a good shot here. I'm trying to I could go 13-7, 8-7, make that, but that would leave 13 and 14 as blots, which is way too much to do. Especially, he's got a good prime here. We do not, even though he's only got 2 points like we do, we look at the whole front structure, not just how many points. So we definitely don't want to get hit here. And escaping your last checker is awesome. That puts you in a defined state where you can win the game, especially with our race. It's slightly up. So luckily, this wasn't enough to cube, but we're at 68% here. But there's not enough gammons. Like if we had gammons, then this would have been a cube, because there is a little bit of volatility, but it's a no double just because if we don't hit, the race is even. If we don't hit, then it's an even race. So it's 50-50. So the reason why this isn't 50-50 is because we can hit them with 1s and 3s, and we will hit them. I do hit him, and I try to clean up. I could have gone to the 7, but really, if we don't get hit, it's gonna be a cakewalk. We're gonna really love winning this game. Okay, so now it's a double. Let's look at this. We've got everybody's escaped. We've got complete freedom. He's only got 1 back, so that's not a lot of gammons. 7% gammons. So we're 71%. So now the next roll we do could hit him. It could escape both of these guys. So there is some volatility, and at this point, it's just time to double. Here we're trying to be safe, right? So I could have done this. This leaves a 8 to be hit, and I did this just to be super safe because I'm betting that I can get these guys home without the help of that blot. Here we go. We're going to be perfectly safe here. Hit and cover, that's called. He comes in. 4-3. I'm just playing it safe. I don't want to take any risks. 6-5. He should be running at this point. Just because I've got so many spares. 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of numbers. It's a triple shot. I could hit. I could cover. I could really close this guy out, and that would increase my gammon chances. So his best bet, even though he's down in the race, is to run because it's a huge number. If he does that play, he's 27% to win with 0 gammons. But if he did what he did, I can still gammon him 7% of the time. He only wins 26. So this play gets him 1% more wins, and he loses 7% less gammons. So that is significant enough that it's a blunder. Here's another blunder. He is doing this thing, but again, the score is close, and the race is reasonable, but more likely he is going to get killed and never escape. If he gets closed out right now, these guys are not at home. So even though this is only 1 blot, when I talk about you have 1 blot, you're probably not going to get gammoned. If you totally get closed out and you have 1 blot here, but you have 2 guys right here, then it doesn't matter. These guys still have a long way to go as well. These guys are part of your race. Even though they're not hit, you still have to wait for this guy to come in, and then you essentially have 3 checkers to bring all the way home. So you got to clean that up. Here I'm hitting and covering. Of course, we don't need to do anything risky here. We're just we roll the perfect roll, and then we're just coming in. So coming in here, the kind of rule of thumb is you don't want to put it on the 6 because that will leave you bad big doubles more often. So I just, from playing with the bots all the time, you put them on the 5-4. You want to spread them out. You don't want to stack them all. This one, so this one I wasn't sure if I should leave, do this, or what I actually did was this. So here I took one off instead of, and then by taking one off, look, I'm leaving 5 checkers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I roll a double 6 or a double 5, I'm going to leave a shot. But with the second best play, I'm over there, he's over there. These guys are totally, they're even. There's 4 of them. So if double 6, double 5s are fine, double 4s are fine. So why is it worth the risk? In this case, it's because in this case, this play gets 25% gammons, and the next play is 19% gammons. So you get 6% more gammons by taking that extra one off and being a little bit riskier. Also, as soon as you get one checker off, you kill the guy's gammons, right? By rule. So that's why that was correct. I wasn't terribly confident with that, but this is an ugly roll. See, 5-4. Now we're left with 3. See, now there's more, just like 6-5 would leave a shot here. Okay, 6-4 leaves a shot as well. So here we are, we get hit. So this is, we did the right play, but we got penalized for it. And that's just how the game goes. You can't change. You have to trust the bot, trust the supercomputer, neural network. Okay, so we're on the bar now. We come in, though. We still have a 4-point bar. This is going to be tricky. We're going to definitely hit. We're going to have to be very careful with what we do. We don't have a lot of options, so the only options we have are from these spares. We're not going to kill these. The things to remember in these situations is we're up in the race. The last thing we want to do is introduce another blot when we don't have to. So we're almost always going to be moving our last and only free checker and just going for it. Luckily, we hit. And then he comes in, does some stuff. We're racing. We could go 5 and stack those guys there. But no, we're going to have to take, like, if we bring him here, then we just need to survive one roll. And we did not survive the roll. But then we come in with the lucky double 4s and come all the way around. Then I am, notice I'm hitting, and I move with the 1 there. We don't want to introduce extra risk for no reason. He comes in, we have to leave another shot, and he misses the shot. And now we have broken off contact, and they concede. This is 93% gammon. So he could have won, but he just didn't. He could have saved the gammon 7% of the time, but he had other things to do. So, not a great game, but hopefully we explained a couple of things for you. Okay, see you next time.